Oh, yes.
Walking the halls of Albany Medical Center is often a trip down memory lane for Jim Barba. He can see the troubled old days, the excitement of today, and the potential of tomorrow. When he was tapped to be president and CEO of the medical center back in 1995, he wasn't sure the doors would be open much longer.
We had not enough cash to make payroll the next day, and B, the papers for bankruptcy had already been prepared.
Barba had been on the AMC board for some 15 years while the hospital slipped, both medically and financially. He saw the mismanagement and changes in medicine's landscape, but says he was frustrated, unable to craft a fix, not enough board support. So when he was tapped to run the place, he demurred.
And I thought that was the worst idea I'd ever heard. Frankly, what I said to some of the board members was, don't you understand, it's decisions like that that got us where we are today.
But the board insisted, so he turned to his wife Rose and daughter Ann for counsel. Take the job, they said, if you believe you can make a difference.
And the rest is kind of the rest.
There was no one white knight to save the institution. Barba prevailed on lenders and stakeholders to cover the immediate operating expenses and then went to work to heal the financial health of the institution, key to its survival. That would take upwards of 7 years.
I was very, very fortunate, blessed, to be surrounded by some extremely bright people who helped me think my way through and then operationalize my way through the financial fixes that needed to be done here.
But it wasn't only money troubles plaguing the hospital. Doctors trained within these walls were overlooked when it came to hiring. So he battled the status quo and pressed for that to change. And Barba acknowledges the workforce was dispirited and medical care was questionable.
I mean, if you cannot deliver high quality health care without harming your patient, then go out of business.
So brick by brick, with a growing community partnership, Barba set out to refashion the place.
You have to be able to sit down with your internal constituencies and with your community outside the medical center and say, look, here's what we did that was wrong, and here's what I'd like to try to do to fix it. We could really make this place a great health center. So in the beginning it was saving it, now it's don't harm it. Don't screw it up.
Perhaps said a bit tongue-in-cheek by Albany Medical Center's longtime president and CEO, but no doubt also with more than a grain of truth. Because during the 25 years of Jim Barba's management of the Capital Region's largest private employer, the challenges have been daunting. As the facility recovered its financial health, recovering from the brink of bankruptcy, reimagining what the facility would be in the coming years posed another challenge. Barba recognized one pillar was embracing the value of the medical college and the research done there. The two institutions, while sharing the same campus, had been separate entities until 1982, but fully integrating the two had been a work in progress.
Our attitude here was that this is an academic medical center. That means we have a medical college and we have a research arm. Because we're academic, I will tell you, we can attract the very best physicians. Without the college, we would be just another large community hospital.
Concurrently, Barba and his board had to position the medical center to survive. The bigger is better for economies of scale philosophy had taken hold. In 2006, the State Health Department's Berger Commission issued its report. It evaluated hospital viability. Some were forced to close, others merged, remaking New York's health landscape.
The hospitals that are going to survive this turmoil in the healthcare market will be those of sufficient scale and integration.
With no money to buy other hospitals, partnerships were crafted. First with Columbia Memorial in Catskill, then Saratoga Hospital, and most recently, Glens Falls Hospital. The medical center serves people in 25 counties, and because of its designation as a Level 1 trauma center, treating upwards of 1,100 patients a year with severe injuries. When I ask about the so-called medical arms race for the latest in new equipment, Barba makes no apologies. He says it's all done with an eye to quality care and autonomy.
We're going to try to build a regional center for the delivery of health care so that we can keep at bay these other systems that are now beginning to come into New York, or in the case of Northwell, up the Hudson River. One of my goals was not just to preserve it, but once we preserved it, to enhance it and to grow it so that it would be here for the approximately 3 million people who are in our service area. Good morning.
When Jim Barba took over the reins at Albany Medical Center, the community knew it as a hospital with a medical college. In the past 25 years, the prominence of the academic arm has risen, along with the hospital's physical changes. The emergency department has expanded, and a pediatric emergency department added. A new patient tower opened in 1992. There are now 766 patient rooms, many more of them private than in years past, catering to patient preference. But a hospital is much more than brick and mortar. At its heart, it's about people, both patients and employees.
I think I took my eye off the ball. I was not hearing what the nurses were saying as they were beginning to express some displeasure in the year 2017.
The displeasure had been growing. The profession of nursing evolved over the years. Demands on their expertise accelerated. Exacerbating this was a national nursing shortage, and Albany Med wasn't immune. It all coalesced, Barba says, as he faced a personal health challenge. His attention was unfocused, he explains, not an excuse. He says he was tone deaf to their concerns.
And I regret that sincerely. And I've said that to our nurses.
Hey, what do you want?
In April 2018, the nurses voted to unionize. Still without a contract, they've picketed, taking their grievances to the public. It's a chapter still playing out. Another controversy in some circles is the overhaul of the neighborhood surrounding the Med Center. Old houses razed, replaced by offices and apartments. There are some who say in many ways you destroyed a neighborhood because of the homes that were here that are no longer. You know, people who don't have much in the way of income got priced out.
Yeah, that's not true. We only acquired homes as they were put on the market usually by the estates of people who died in the homes.
And as for the residents who remained,
we said to them, we will help you find a house. Many of them found their own new quarters. We will pay the difference between what you're paying today and what you need to pay for the new house for a year to help you over a hump. We will pay all of your moving expenses, and if necessary, we will move you ourselves to get you settled in your new homes.
Albany Med owns the land beneath the new development, the medical office building and the garage. Tri-City Rentals, which owns the other properties, pays Albany Med a yearly ground rental fee for the next 75 years, an amount Barba says is not life or death for the hospital. It's all part of the ongoing plan to keep the facility viable in the years to come.
We're taking a look at virtually every aspect of the medical center right now. I still like to think of the delivery of health care as a mission, not a business. And people who deliver it should understand the people who need it.